The word free, F-R-E-E, free is an innocent and well-meaning four-letter word, but great damage it can cause like you've never heard. With saving money and freebies, do not be obsessed, because many of those deals have unwelcome guests.
That's right, free is a four-letter word. But in today's episode, we're going to tell you about two things that you really should avoid getting for free. Now, there's many other examples, and as I talk about this, you might come up with your own experience, and I'd love to hear about it, because we can expand on this topic. There's lots of things in life that you really should not take free. So first of all, let me please warn you about some soft things out there that can be very bad for your future. Soft things that you can get for free and or sometimes at very low cost. These free things can cause damage like you have no idea. It can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to fix what you might have taken for free. Now, maybe you think, I could not be suckered into taking something for free. I mean, I live higher than that. I pay for what I get. But, you know, that's not going to keep you from this problem altogether. There are actually ways you can get this problem without ever taking anything free. You can get this problem just by going into a grocery store or a clothing store. You can just get it by going out shopping. You ever go shopping? You ever around other people? Yeah? Okay. So don't exclude yourself because maybe you don't take things for free. And there's one other way that you can get this without ever leaving your home, without ever going shopping, without ever rubbing shoulders with anyone in the society. You can get this just by having a neighbor that's close enough to transmit it to you through the walls. Yes, this problem can come to you from your neighbor through the walls. The first thing and the most important thing to avoid is when you move or when you need a new bed for any reason, when you move from place to place, you might be inclined to, I think I'm going to upgrade now. Or I think I'll just leave that old couch, that old mattress behind because I don't have enough room in the moving truck, or I'll get something when I get there. You know, I'll sleep on the floor. Or you think you're just going to take a free mattress because the last people might have left it like you're going to leave yours. Well, big mistake. That's the one. Don't ever take a free mattress. Don't ever take free furniture. I mean, free pillows, free sheets, free clothing. All these things are hosts. They are hosts of what might be your biggest problem you've ever faced. It might cause you PTSD. I mean, you might be freaked out about this for the rest of your life. So this is very, very important. So what is the problem? And you say, well, what's the worst that can happen if I took a free mattress? Besides the fact that, sure, it's got dust and germs and possibly feces, bodily fluid leftovers, maybe some bugs or spiders. But, you know, if you can live with that, well, let's not go there. Anyway, the biggest problem that you can get, and it might come to you through your walls, it might come to you when you went out shopping, it might come to you when you went into a motel room, is bed bugs. You know what? Bed bugs are a huge problem. And they are everywhere. And they say that there are cycles that they come and go. And but the latest YouTube videos I watched said that we're in that time. There is a resurgence of bed bugs. And so you can get them fairly easy. And the problem is they cost and they're just hard to get rid of. If you get bed bugs because of something you got at a garage sale, at a thrift store, or a free mattress, free furniture, free clothing, used stuff, they are a tag along. Bed bugs like to tag along. And you might think, well, I'm in a very nice hotel room. I mean, they keep this meticulously clean. Well, bed bugs are a lot smaller than you think. And they tag along. And the first thing you don't want to do is when you go into a motel is what most people do is they take their bags and throw them on the bed. Well, where do you think bed bugs are most likely to hide? Right there. And you just gave them the opportunity to jump into your stuff. Anyway, there's more to this, and I'm not going to become a bed bug expert in order to teach you every little nuance about this. But I want to tell you, if you get bed bugs, you've just got a big problem. And if you're a renter, it actually could get you evicted. Because a lot of rental places, they have very strict policies about bed bugs. I mean, if they determine that you brought them in, you could be forced to get that fixed. Of course, you better get it fixed because it can spread throughout your whole apartment or house, and it can spread to your neighbors. If you live in an apartment that's adjoined to other apartments, yes, bed bugs can come through the wall from the next door. If you live in 3, they can come from 4 or from number 2, If there's bed bugs in apartment number 10 and there's 11 and 12 on either side of them, they can spread to both those apartments, especially if the people in the apartment with the bed bugs are trying to get rid of them. I've heard of that story where a person had bed bugs pretty bad, and they finally figured out, so they decided to put off some sort of a bug bomb. Well, what do you think happened when the bed bugs smell that stuff? They're going to run for the hills, and they're going to try to get out of that apartment, and they're going to crawl through the wall into the next apartments. Yep. That happened. Yeah. Oh, you know how much it can cost to get rid of bed bugs? The bare minimum is $500. And it could go way up to $5,000. And on top of that, you may have to move out temporarily because there's so much that has to be done. I mean, they might have to treat every square inch of your apartment, including the walls, the baseboards. They might have to take off the electrical switches and there's these bed bugs can hide behind electrical switches and light fixtures, in the ceilings, in the walls, behind the baseboards. And that's the hard part, is finding them. All that stuff needs to be treated chemically or with some sort of steam to try to kill them. And of course, I'm not even talking about the bed itself. That's, of course, the number one place they're going to be. That's why they're called bed bugs. They love to be in the bed because they want to bite you. Never forget about that old ditty. Sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh, they're going to bite you. They're going to bite you everywhere. They might even bite you in your eye. Yeah, no, that's freaky. Anyway, you got to get rid of them. But the main thing I'm trying to tell you is don't get them. Don't take free stuff. Don't get cheap stuff that might have got it on there. The people that lived in that apartment before you, they might have left their stuff behind. They might have left because, you know what, I don't like this apartment and I think it's got bugs. I've been getting bit. And so some people just up and leave and say, I'm out of here. And they leave some of their stuff behind because, I don't know, maybe the bugs are in my mattress. A lot of people that have bed bugs simply don't know they have it. They just know they're getting bit. So if you take a free mattress from somebody who left it, or just simply move into a place that already has bed bugs, you've got bed bugs. They hide in the carpets, they hide in the drapes, anything soft. They love to be and snuggle up in those things. But they also like to hide behind hard things, like in the framework of your bed frame, your dressers, your drawers, your closets, they can hide in a hinge of a suitcase. I mean, they're tag-alongs. They can get in, and you've got to get rid of them. And it's not like you think you can just starve them out. I mean, at a certain point in a bed bug's life, they can live up to a year without any food at all. So don't think that you can just take your furniture and, oh, I'm just going to throw it all in storage for a year. They ought to die off by then. Well, not if they find anything at all to eat within that year, then they could go even longer, you know. So don't chance it. You've got to get it treated. And so, like I said, this is not a do-it-yourself project. I would suggest that you go online and maybe get some examples of what you can help the bed bug guys do, but you better call an exterminator. And the big mistake too is that if you're a renter, you might go to your landlord and say, I want you to treat my apartment. I'm getting bit. I think there's fleas in it from the people who were here before because they had a dog, right? So, well, what if it ain't just fleas? What if it's bed bugs? Yeah, then the landlord's going to come in and say, well, I'll get him to look at it. And then they determine that there's bed bugs. A landlord might determine that you brought in the bed bugs because the people before you didn't have the problem. And if they determine that it's your fault, that you brought in something that brought in bed bugs, you have to pay to get it fixed. And that could cost you upwards of thousands of dollars. I've heard the going rate is around $3,000. And it ain't just hand them money. You practically have to move out, you know. And what are you going to do then? I mean, the bed bug guys, he might say, hey, I want you to get all your bedding, all your clothing, all your furniture, your bed itself. I mean, that stuff's got to get out of here, and so that I can treat the apartment. And while that stuff is outside, I'm going to treat it outdoors with steam or whatever. I mean, there's different ways of doing it. And don't try to do it yourself. You don't have the equipment, and you don't have the expertise. And if you don't do it right, you don't do absolutely everything right, like a professional exterminator would do, then you've still got the problem, and you've wasted all your time, and maybe you wasted your money on bed bug traps or thinking something you can get at the store. That's not how to do it. No. Get a professional, get them on the case, and do it as soon as possible. If you're getting bit, you need to be figuring out what kind of things are biting you. That's my advice. Don't take free stuff, and don't take cheap stuff. If you need a bed, go buy one brand new. It comes all wrapped. It comes in this shrink wrap thing. This is completely pest free. Get a new one. Don't take a chance. Now, the other thing that I've had experience with on taking something free that I'm trying to avoid doing again, I won't do that again, but what you might be tempted to do, if somebody might have something free that they want to get rid of, and it might be something like even a car. What could be wrong with getting a free car? I mean, yeah, sure, you might be able to junk it, but what if there's a problem with the title? And or you think, well, I can fix it up, whatever, I can get all this fixed. Well, if somebody's trying to get rid of something and they just want to give it away free, why do you think that is? Why do you think that they want to just unload it? Because they're having problems with it. And the problems might be so big that they think, I should just unload this at any cost, even free. So that could be your problem. His problem, or whoever had this car, they had the problem. They want to get rid of the problem. They want to unload it on you. Anybody, just take it, get it out of my life. Well, don't fall for that. If something needs so much work, you don't want to take it on. There's an old saying, if the cost to replace is more than the value of the thing that needs fixed, replace it. And that's with anything, not just cars. If you got a car that's only worth $500 and it costs $1,500 to put a new transmission in it or a new engine, forget it, junk it, get it out. I mean, it ain't worth doing. Save your money. So And like I said, there's lots of other examples that I bet you, my audience, can come up with. And I'd love to hear more examples of things that maybe happened to you. Did you ever take something free or got something that was such a great deal and you thought to yourself, this is almost too good to be true? Whenever you say that, believe it. It's not true. It is too good. It's not worth doing. There's an inherent problem that you haven't seen yet, and you will down the road if you do it. Don't do it. So I'd like to know some more of your stories. In fact, I'm writing a book. I haven't decided on the full title of it. I've only got 15 chapters done, and it's because of 15 different things that I and others have encountered in their life that were problems, and problems that they helped to create. And I'm trying to help pass on this information to other people in the world so that they don't make the same mistakes that I and others have made. Because you know what? Life is too short to make all your own mistakes. A wise man will learn from his own mistakes, but an extremely wise and out of this world intelligent person will learn from the mistakes of others so that he or she does not have to make those mistakes themselves. That's being smart. So if you've liked this content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that little red button down there. Give me a thumbs up. Check out my channel. See if there's something on there that you might like to purchase. There are some links for some awesome books that I think every person should read. And also a link on there. If you like to save money on gasoline, you need to use the GetUpside app. I've been using it for many, many months. I've saved over $180 on gas with my GetUpside app. And if you use my referral code when you sign up, then you will help support me and my show. So, and my referral code is in the description below. And if you don't see it, it's Raymond2337, capitals, Raymond 2337. And you will save at least 25 cents a gallon on your first tank of gas when you use that referral code. And you will continue to save money every time you use the app. It's a great deal. It really is.